Hey guys, it's TechRainy, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing the MacBook Neo from Apple. This is their newest budget laptop on the market. So I just picked this up this morning and because I was curious about the hardware specs to see how good this actually is. And this could possibly be the best $600 laptop or even $500 laptop if you're a student, because this thing is kind of crazy for the actual specs. So this is Apple's latest new laptop with one of their new Apple Silicons that's using a mobile chip, which comes with Apple's A18 Pro chip, which is a 6 cores for CPU, 5 GPU cores, and 16 neural network cores, just in case you're doing some LLM stuff, run some models on it, and it's pretty good for that kind of stuff, but there's some caveats with it, especially with the 8 gigabytes of unified memory. It does not come anymore with that. I wish you could upgrade to 16 gigabytes of unified memory. That'd be amazing, because there's some things with this laptop that it just cannot do, which I'll go over in a second here. The base model itself just comes with 256 gigabytes of storage. You can upgrade it to a total of 512 gigabytes of storage, but it does come with the Apple tax on it, so just something to keep in mind with it. Now, I'm quite pleasantly surprised about this laptop's actual performance because it's insanely good, and there's something I just want to quickly say about this laptop. This laptop is better than my $2,400 laptop in one category, which is the chassis in itself. Now, this is a full aluminum chassis, meaning that every single thing for the CPU and GPU when it comes to heat dissipation gets to go around the whole chassis, so it goes cool the whole thing for thermal conductivity. So it's very nice, and also the build quality is so nice too. Like, look at this. I can literally bend it. I'm trying right now, and there's nothing, no give at all, which is crazy. I don't know how Apple's doing this, but I'm very much happy with it, because even my ProArt P16 has a plastic chassis. It does have some aluminum in some areas, but not the whole thing. Like this is just like mwah. The one thing I don't like about this actual chassis is the actual ports, because this only has 3 ports on it. First of all, it has 2 USB-C ports. The first one is a USB 3 port. Of course, that means it's going to be faster than the second port, because the other one is a USB-C 2. And then it has a 3.5 audio jack, so that way if you want to plug out your headphones or you want to plug on some speakers, you can actually do so with this device. But the actual speakers on the device themselves are not bad, so I'll give you guys a sound test right here. Here's 50%. Sounds pretty good. And now here's 100%. So the speakers on board are pretty good. I will just say, like, I am very happy with the speakers. They're not as good as my ProArt speakers, but I will just say Apple kills it when it comes to like good speakers on a budget laptop. Now, I want to talk about performance with this laptop. Even with that 8 gigabytes of unified memory as a limitation, it does insanely good for actually video editing. Like, I was editing a project for my company for a customer that was editing like a lawn care thing, and I was able to put in a 50 gigabyte timeline on it, and it was just able to scrub through it perfectly and work on it with no issues. Now, the one thing I will keep in mind though, if you do plan to do 4K editing or complex timelines, this laptop could probably up to 3 layers, but I wouldn't expect you to do anything more than 6-layer timelines, because this thing with that 8 gigabytes of unified memory was already running at like 7 to 6 gigabytes of the 8 gigabytes of unified memory. So if you were to actually push this for 8K, yeah, this is not for you. Like, if you're somebody who does a lot of productivity and heavy productivity at that, this is not your laptop. I'm just gonna quickly get that out there. If you're someone who's a student who's looking to get a laptop for some daily use case, like maybe just some spreadsheets and stuff like that, or doing maybe some Photoshop on the side for maybe a small YouTube channel you want to do on the side, or maybe do some video editing for a friend or for yourself, you can absolutely do so with this laptop, just because like the performance on it is spectacular. And you can actually stream with it too, because you can stream with this laptop with OBS Studio and stream like 6,000 bitrate to actually Twitch, and we had no issue streaming Apex Legends, and looked absolutely phenomenal, because their H.264 hardware encoder on the actual CPU itself does a fantastic job. Now, I wouldn't recommend using it for streaming, and the reason why I say I don't recommend using it for streaming is because even with it looking good, doesn't mean the performance long term is going to be great. Like, the laptop has Wi-Fi 6 on board, but it isn't the most stable thing in the world, I've noticed from my testing. Maybe it's just my house internet or something, but the Bluetooth in itself is pretty nice. So if you do have some like wireless headphones, you can easily connect to it with really no issue. Just unfortunate that the only way to really use this device to get a stable actual stream is to use an Ethernet cable to USB-C for running USB-C ports. So yeah, you can stream with it though, I just don't really recommend using this as a stream PC. The potential is there. If you know how to stream on macOS, there might be something to make it work though. So I want to go over my final thoughts on the MacBook Neo. First of all, I want to go over who is this for. This is for people who are college students or people going into college who need a daily driver laptop for a cheap budget of $500 to $600 that is able to do everything they need, plus a little bit more, whether that be light video editing if they're looking into a media degree, or maybe if they're looking to do some music on the side, they can absolutely do so too, without having to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on a laptop with a GPU. Or for a GPU at all at that, because you cannot really buy a laptop on the market with a GPU unless you spend like $1,000+ or $800 at that. So Apple being able to have an integrated GPU inside their PC for $600 with unified memory is honestly just amazing for people who need a daily driver for everyday use, while also being able to do some heavy tasks on the side that aren't too demanding. But this is definitely not a laptop for those who want to do some heavy video editing, heavy productivity applications, or some serious gaming, or gaming at all, because like, don't get me wrong, you can run games on it, but you're not really going to run games on it, I'll be real with you. Now, the one thing I will just quickly mention, if you do want to do just more than just light video editing and in daily use cases like gaming and stuff like that, this device is honestly not a great option if you want to like go all in. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go all in, I would recommend just spending $1,000 on a good laptop, or even maybe going for a MacBook Air if you are somebody who's a college student, because like you'll get a lot more value out of a MacBook Air with higher end specs long term compared to this, because this 8 GB of unified memory will not last that long, especially in 2026. But that's my honest thoughts though about the MacBook Neo. This is honestly such a cool innovation from Apple for a $600 laptop, which is kind of just crazy to say like Apple's got the best laptop on the market right now. Like they already have the best desktop on the market if you're looking to get in productivity, which is the Mac Mini, and this is just the best laptop for pretty much anyone out there who's on a budget. If you guys enjoyed my video here today though, make sure to smash like button, get subscribed, send me some future tech content. I'll see you from on Tech Rant out.